Chapter 11. I was the worst dressed at the party, but that was because my suit looked so plain and ordinary. Megan didn't seem to mind since she immediately sprang from her seat to give me a hug. She said to me, "Look at you. You look so divine." I laughed and said, "You look divine yourself." That's when I looked up. Coming in from the same hallway we made entrance to came two people I didn't want to see for the rest of my life. It was my ex-girlfriend Cheryl and her fiance Tyrone. There are many reasons why I broke up with Cheryl. Besides her stinky breath or those chipped black teeth, she was also a hypochondriac. There hadn't been a day where she didn't complain about her medical problems. Each day with a roulette wheel of which kind of pain she was feeling, back or knee. I'd drive her. I'd drive her rear ended her 3 years ago, and she still kept bitching about her back. We thought Tyrone stuck around until the settlement money wore out. Then again, rumors surfaced that when a settlement was made to them, they turned it down for more money. They were put under an investigation. It wouldn't look good on Tyrone, though. Neighbors told us that some days they heard him hitting her. The brothers and I would listen by their doorway, and all we heard was arguing that stopped. Whenever I see Cheryl, I always look to see what brace was on. It changed every visit. One day she would wear a knee brace, and the very next day she wore a hand cast. When we asked why she was wearing that, she would feed us lines like she discovered she had carpal tunnel. She must have forgotten about her knee brace. Today she wore on her lovely knee brace that looked cleaner than all the other knee braces. This one must be new. She was a short little blonde, I would call her. Standing proud next to her was Tyrone in a black tuxedo I'm sure Cheryl bought for him. He had the devilish grin on his face like he was proud of his date that evening. He was all tall, sprightly, and an obvious well-built considering he was flexing his other arm for some reason. Unfortunately, they were coming my way. I was joined by my two brothers who looked guilty of expecting them. Right away, I knew who the culprits were. I just asked them, "Why did you invite my ex?" Sam responded, "She's part of the family." "No, she's not. She's my ex. We don't get along, and my fucked up family keeps inviting her to family functions. I'm not married to the girl, and you sure as fuck aren't. So why do you decide to invite my slut of an ex-girlfriend?" Then Cheryl and Tyrone came in closer from the noise. Cheryl said, "Hi, Tara." "Oh, hi, Sam and Manny." Sam and Manny smiled and waved. Then Tyrone had to ask the question I always wanted to ask. He asked, "Why do you keep going to these family functions?" "They're like my family." "You slept with all three of those homeboys. This is like some Jerry Springer shit here. How's a nigga supposed to keep dating this girl when she keeps going to her fuck for all brothers' family functions? Nigga, please." "Cheryl," I exclaimed. "Tyrone." "What's up, Tyler? What's up?" said Tyrone. "Oh my god, Cheryl, what happened to your knee this time?" She then brought attention to her knee and said, "Oh, it's the same stupid accident again. I swear this pain will never go away. But that was like 3 years ago. I thought it was your back." Sam stepped in and said, "Hey, why don't we all sit down?" As we seated in the round table, and it was literally a round table, John continuously tapped on his goblet with his crystal spoon. Everyone seated had their very own goblet. I sat across from Cheryl and Tyrone with Megan sitting very close to my left. I could feel the heat leaking sweat into our legs. Tyrone asked, "Tyler, who's that girl sitting next to you?" "That's my friend Megan." "Just a friend? Yeah, I thought so. Hey girl, let's say I got your number and we can hang out sometime." Megan said, offended, "You're asking me for my phone number?" "Just go out as friends. My baby understands. We can go to Savannah Cafe. Let's say we go there, kick it a bit, and have fun." Oh my god, Megan just had that smiley off expression as she retorted with, "You're such a pig. I can't believe you're asking me out in front of your girlfriend." "Fiance," I corrected. "Even worse. He's not asking you out," Cheryl said, emotionlessly. Then Megan pointed and said, "You're fucked up." "Ladies and gentlemen," announced John, "it is my dubious honor that we are here to celebrate my daughter's 6th birthday." The audience clapped like we're in an ending of a play. John tipped his head, smiled, and waved his goblet to the crowd. He then proposed another announcement, which was, "Tonight, we celebrate the merging of two families, the Moore family." He paused for applause, but it was silent as a cough. He then added, "My step-family!" And this got the applause he was looking for. His daughter, a homely looking blonde girl wearing a pink miniskirt with a buttoned-up blouse, tugged on her dad's expensive coat and asked, "Daddy, Daddy, when are we going to open my presents?" "Oh, honey, you'll open that pony soon enough." Everyone in the audience, except our group, laughed at that comment. I looked over at my brothers, who just passed a smirk over to me. Megan leaned at my ear and whispered loudly, "Tyrone keeps making a pass at me." I looked at Tyrone, who smooched a passionate kiss. John sat down with his daughter seated on his lap. He told the group at his table, You know what my daughter wants to be when she grows up? Tell them, April." "I want to be a singer." "You hear that? She wants to be a singer. Sing me that song you sang me the other day." April just nodded and looked nervous. "You know, that song. Remember that song you sang when you and Daddy were watching the football game? What was the name of that song?" "The Star Song." "The Star Song. Show everyone how you sing the Star Song." "Oh, say, can you see by the twilight can't be near?" Then she stopped from all the nerves and hugged on her dad. John shouted, "Give it up for her, everybody!" Everyone cheered. "Wasn't she beautiful?" he shouted. "That's my little girl. She's going to have a contract someday. Mark my words." The group huddled over her and they went into quiet chatter. My brothers turned to me and Manny asked, "Hey Tyler, did you get that Obamacare yet?" "No, I just stuck with my work insurance." "Telling you, man," said Manny. "Don't get it. I'm telling you." Tyrone interrupted and asked, "Yo, man, what's wrong with Obamacare?" "Why?" asked Manny. "You like to be here all night?" "I just don't like it when you mess with my boy Obama." "Oh, really? Did you say that with Bush? Did you say that with Clinton?" "No. So unless you played basketball with him, he's the President of the United States. Color isn't an issue. I have my God-given right as an American citizen to say whatever I want about the President of the United States. End of story." "I'm telling you, man, that's racist." "How is that racist? Explain to me how that's racist. I would really like to hear this." "White man talking shit about the black man. The white man talking shit about the black man just makes my skin boil, alright? Are you getting what I'm saying?" "Yeah, I'm getting what you're saying." "No, I'm not getting what you're saying. So if the president was white and making these dumbass decisions, it's okay. But if you slap a coat of black on him, it's automatically racist?" "You just don't get it, alright?" "It's cool." "No, is that what you're saying?" "Man, don't get me into this whole history and all. The history of how you people enslaved us." Then Manny shifted his seat and got ready for action. He responded, "Okay, look, I'm sorry we owned you as slaves. I really am. It was a dumbass thing. I'm sorry. Nobody can change that now. You gotta let it go." "No, you got that ass backwards. You gotta let it go. Not me. Shit." As they argued back and forth, I apologized to Megan by saying, "I'm really sorry for all this racial talk. I swear, I think I was adopted." Megan laughed. Then Manny shouted, "You got the BET channel? I don't see a WET channel, the wet channel. That's racist. You got a month. There's no White History Month. There's no White People Awards. That's racist. You racist motherfucker." Suddenly the music kicked in the start of a waltz. Megan got off her chair and gently escorted me out of the seat. This stopped Manny and Tyrone to look. I followed her from the legs up in rhythm with the music. As I adjusted my posture, we locked fingers and raised our arms with the music. I had one hand on her hip and the other lifting her other hand. We took one step in front of each other and suddenly we were dancing. It was in an instant that the audience faded to black and the Christine light above chaperoned us in the spotlight. I was unsure of myself. Megan was leading the dance with the lump caught in my throat. I made eye contact with her seductress eyes. It was in that moment that I remained in eye contact with her. She was confident, with her eyes beckoning me to be the same. The orchestra played a little louder and faster, and she led me into the middle of the dance floor where the whole audience could revel. I was hoping it would just be basic dancing because anything other than that and I might embarrass myself in front of all my onlookers. For a moment we were basically just dancing, staring at each other with bedroom eyes. I panicked a little when she pressed backwards, dipping my arm up into a triangle and swirling herself. Then I said to myself, "Fuck it," and took advantage of the situation. Aggressively, I tore the back of my arm. I had a locker on her waist as she looked back at me with a face that wanted to orgasm. She gently strode her back against my chest, and that moved down to my nether regions. I think she felt my excitement. Instantly, the music revved up, and we were aggressively pulling each other on the dance floor. I heard banter coming from the audience as Megan spun from my direction, stopped with a pull of the arm, and then spun right back into my arms. The posture she gave looked as if I was comforting her from the cold. She spun out of my arms again, and we did a quick pull with both arms. That moment when she yanked my arms, I could see the inviting of sex with the sultry expression on her face. She loved that I was dominating on the dance floor. I reeled, I reeled her in close, and the two of us waved down a half circle with a touch of our hands. The music kicked into a crescendo. We did some quick leg work as we gazed into each other's eyes. She fell backwards, and I caught her biting a rose from the water jar. She straightened herself back to me. I loved her smile as the rose sandwiched between her white teeth. We turned heads in the opposite direction of rhythm with the music, and Megan blew the rose from her lips perfectly into Tyrone's glass of rum and coke. We took the dance center stage. Megan took me by the hand up a set of stairs and startled the orchestra as she pulled me by the hand again and led me down the stairs in rhythm with the music. We faced each other and I stepped in, she stepped back and took a step in, and that's why I went in for the kill. She lay back on my arm and I watched as her eyes were closed and something told me she was inviting me for a kiss. I leaned forward, cooling my lips. Even though I was overwrought with nerves, I dove in slowly. She had the feel of the silhouette of my face over her nose, and as I pulled in forward for the kiss, I noticed she wasn't resisting. I was surprised when my lips touched hers. It wasn't much of a kiss as more of a press of each other's lips. Her eyes fluttered open, and quickly she led the dance further on the dance floor. For some reason, we were treated to rainbow-colored spotlights while she took me by the hand in the colored of mess of lights. She danced again, slowly, under a hanging chandelier. Her hand caressed my cheek as her eyes were barely open. Gently I strode my hand across her back. She gasped and straightened her posture, and her eyes went back to mine. The audience leaned forward in anticipation. My dad smiled graciously. My brothers sipped their drinks with a straw, and just as the music reached its climactic end, I kissed Megan under the chandelier. It was one of those short, getting a feel kisses, but she returned the favor. I opened my mouth and dug my lips into hers. As soon as her arm covered the back of my head, the audience cheered in an uproar. I had seized the night. John smiled and raised his goblet.